Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something personal, something a lot of you might be going through but maybe don't have the words for. It's often called the black tax, but it's an experience that cuts across many cultures and communities. It's that unspoken expectation that once you make it, you have to lift up your entire family, and sometimes even your extended community, right along with you. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're in your late 20s. You've worked incredibly hard. You navigated university, maybe took on student loans, and finally landed that good job you always dreamed of. But you're starting to feel like you can breathe, maybe even think about saving for a house, or a vacation, or just building a comfortable life. But then, the phone rings. It's your mum, and she needs help with the rent. A week later, your cousin needs money for his kids' school supplies. Then your uncle has a medical emergency. Before you know it, a huge chunk of your paycheck is gone before you even get to pay your own bills. Sound familiar? This is the reality for so many first-generation professionals. You become the unofficial family ATM, the designated problem solver. And it's complicated because you love your family. You want to help. You feel a deep sense of responsibility and even guilt if you say no. You see their struggles, and you have the means, or, at least, they think you do, to fix them. You're the one who got out, so it's on you to send the ladder back down. But no one ever talks about how heavy that ladder is. This financial pressure, this tax, isn't just about money. It's a huge emotional and mental weight. It creates this constant low-level anxiety. You're always waiting for the next phone call, the next crisis. You can't plan your own future because you're constantly funding someone else's present. It can make you feel trapped. You start to resent the very people you love, and then you feel guilty for feeling that resentment. It's a vicious cycle. You work twice as hard, not just to get ahead, but to keep everyone else from falling behind. Think about the impact this has long-term. While your colleagues are investing in stocks, buying property, and building generational wealth for their own future kids, you're plugging holes in a sinking ship. The wealth gap isn't just about historical disadvantages. It's actively being widened every single month when your income is redirected back to cover basic survival needs for your extended family. You're essentially running on a treadmill, putting in all the effort, but you're not actually moving forward in your own financial journey. And the secrecy around it is one of the hardest parts. You don't talk about it with your friends or co-workers. How do you explain that even with your good salary, you're living paycheck to paycheck? They might not understand, they might judge you or your family. So you put on a brave face at work, you pretend everything is fine, while secretly you re-stressing about how you re-going to make it to the end of the month. You live a double life, the successful professional on the outside and the stressed out family provider on the inside. So, what can we do? This is the million-dollar question, and there's no easy answer. But the first step is to break the silence. Just talking about it, like we are right now, helps to validate the experience. It lets you know you're not alone in this. The second and much harder step is learning to set boundaries. This is incredibly difficult when you're dealing with family. It's not about cutting people off, but about creating a sustainable way to help. Maybe it means creating a budget. You decide on a fixed amount you can contribute each month, and you communicate that clearly and lovingly. Mum, Dad, I love you, and I want to help. I can send this specific amount every month to help with bills. Anything beyond that, I won't be able to manage. This will be a hard conversation. There might be pushback, guilt trips, or accusations that you've changed. But your financial and mental health have to be a priority. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you burn out or go broke, you can't help anyone, including yourself. It can also be helpful to shift the kind of support you offer. Instead of just giving out cash, can you help a family member with their resume? Can you teach them budgeting skills? Can you help them find resources or programs that could provide more long-term solutions? It's the classic teach a man to fish scenario. This approach helps empower them rather than creating a cycle of dependency. It's a shift from being the family's emergency fund to being the family's coach. And remember to be kind to yourself. You are not a bad person for wanting to build your own life. You are not selfish for wanting to save for your own future. You've earned the right to enjoy the fruits of your labor. The guilt you feel is a product of love and circumstance, but it shouldn't be a life sentence. If you're in this situation, I see you. I understand the pressure, the love, the guilt, and the exhaustion. Please start by having a conversation with someone you trust. If you don't have anyone, there are financial therapists and counselors who specialize in these exact family dynamics. Getting an outside perspective can be a game changer. Remember, setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's an act of self-preservation. And by preserving yourself, you ensure you can be a source of strength for your family in a healthy and sustainable way for years to come. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences on this in the comments. Is this something you've gone through? How did you handle it? Let's continue the conversation down below. Sharing our stories is how we start to change the narrative. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.